So, if you guys do not know, I was canceled from the Game and Geek EXPO in Raleigh, North Carolina. There was a lot of different reasons that they gave me. The reasons have changed 100 times. The original reason was because I said ass to mouth when Cecil was on my stream. They claimed it was not family friendly that I said ass to mouth, which is crazy to me because a lot of the cosplayers that were going to the event do porn and OnlyFans. Now, I don't understand how me saying ass to mouth on a podcast inside my own house is any worse than these women doing porn in their own homes or a studio. I don't judge them for that at all. I think that's cool as hell. Do what you want to do in life. But I don't see the correlation there. And to be completely honest, it's because they wanted me gone from the beginning, the day I was announced, right? So the second reason is they claimed that I called all cosplayers mentally ill. Now, that's an insane statement that they made. So insane that it's defamatory. I've had several lawyers reach out wanting to fucking represent me for this. They're like, this is a shoe-in, bro. Let's do this. On contingency, by the way. I said there's a rise in mental illness in the West, and it makes it hard for people to fit into like what a normal group, a group of people that might go to the bar or watch a football game. So they find themselves in niche communities. These communities can be furries, bronies, random subreddits, cosplayers. And every now and then, 1 or 2 or 3 people in these communities, out of all the people in them, can be radicalized to extremism. They took that statement and said, I said all cosplayers are mentally ill. Obviously, I didn't say that. So here we are. So the owner of the convention called me and he said I was not coming to convention. Then he offered to buy me out so I wouldn't talk shit, I guess. But I talk shit is what I do. So now, if you remember the conference call that I had with the actual president of the con, he claimed basically wasn't his choice. He didn't disagree with me. He actually agrees with me. He was totally like trying to keep me there, but it was just too many cosplayers are pissed, right? That's what he said. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, there's 6 people on the staff page. So how can we figure this out? So I've talked to 3 of them or 4 of them now out of 6. Okay. One of them is basically 2 of them, which leaves 1 left. And every single one of them have told me that they didn't even know I was going to get removed. So as of right now, every single person in charge of this con has said that it wasn't their choice to remove me from it. So whose choice was it? No one knows. But to take it a step further, the president said it was cosplayers. So guess what? I went and looked for the most prominent cosplayers that were going to this convention. Guess what? They claim that they didn't even know I was going. They don't have any problem with me. And since this has happened, they have canceled their guest list appearance. Stuff is getting real weird. Who is the shadow person that made this decision? Because everyone's claiming that they were the one that defended me. Everyone is claiming that they were the ones that defended me. That is so convenient. It's the fucking Spider-Man meme where they're all pointing at each other. Who did this? So Madison Shelton's the first one. Okay? She's that super hot chick. She reached out to me and she was like, I had nothing to do with this shit because I was cooking her a little on Wednesday. I cooked her a little because that's what if I don't know who's doing this, I'm cooking everybody. That's how you do things, right? Now, this is the weirdest part of this story because I was like, oh, cool. All right. Well, you can come on my show whenever you want and you can explain what the fuck happened. And then she went to my stream and started commenting nonsense. So that's what we're going to look at real quick before we jump into the rest. So this is Madison Shelton right here. Well, I assume it's her. I mean, obviously, like, why would any random person post this stuff? But let's assume it's her. So Madison Shelton's in the comment section, right? And she's kind of explaining her side of the story. Now, this is weird because she claims to have no idea what's going on or what happened. And also she defended me. But then she kind of has the exact story about what happened to me getting removed. So either A, she wasn't involved, or B, she was damn involved. So your guess is as good as mine. So this right here says, this is 100% not true. She said, I was never pissed about you coming to the expo. I didn't even know you were attending until recently. I'm not involved in sourcing or managing creators at all. So she's claiming that she wasn't involved. This is the blue and pink haired lady. That's the event director of the con, by the way. She's claiming I have nothing to do with sourcing guests, right? I know the guy that has everything to do with sourcing guests, the talent coordinator. And he is definitely not the one that did the naughtiness. He's definitely not the one that canceled me. I know that for a fact and a half, okay? Because I know the guy personally. He's like one of my friends in real life. So that scratches that off the list. So it wasn't the guy that actually does handle talent. And it wasn't the event director. And it apparently wasn't the president either, or the president's wife, I would assume, obviously. So who else is left? There's like no one left on staff unless we're talking about the janitor. Was it the janitor? I doubt it. So let's continue because she copies and pastes a bunch. So copyrighted narrate says you're the event director and you had absolutely zero say or sway when it comes to wanting someone to bring a damn NASCAR driver and car to your event and host a meet and greet outside whilst giving merch away. Make it make sense. Because if anyone had any say in something that big related to an event, it would be you. Event directors coordinate and okay the events, and a damn NASCAR coming for a meet and greet is a huge event at a con and something you specifically would need to sign off on. That's a great point, but it gets crazier, by the way. So here is what Madison responds to the reason I was canceled from the show. This is the beautiful defamatory statement. She says, he posted a video claiming cosplayers are extremists with mental illness and autism. She claims that I said all cosplayers are extremists with mental illness and autism. Obviously, never said that shit for a second. Because I would never make a black and white statement like that because I don't think like that. I'm not a black and white dude. Okay. Now I'm white as hell looking, but I mean thought process wise, I'm not black and white. She says he posted a video claiming cosplayers are extremists with mental illness and autism, which directly insulted a core part of the Game and Geek EXPO community. And that was the issue. That's the issue. Keep in mind, she didn't even know I was being canceled, she didn't even know I was going until recently. But she also knows the exact reason that I was removed. The board then quietly made the call to part ways. Now, I want you to follow this very, very, very closely. CGE never banned Cody, and there was no cancel campaign. Now, I want to throw a sentence out. You didn't run a red light. You just went through the intersection whilst the light was red. Are these two different things, or are these the same thing? You didn't run a red light. You just went through an intersection during a red light. Are those the same thing, or are they different things? So we know, you guys understand that when they say they didn't cancel me, they just removed me from the guest list and sent me an email saying that I made people uncomfortable. I have a feeling that they don't understand what canceling means. When you cancel your tickets to a movie, you're no longer going to the movie, right? You're not quietly deciding to part ways with the movie. So they're claiming they never actually canceled me. They just said I was not allowed to be there at all. Just a decision that wasn't a right fit. Keep in mind, I'm not a right fit because I made the cosplayers uncomfortable because I exist. Plot twist is coming very shortly, by the way. Just to be clear, I don't speak for the company. This isn't an official statement. So we're down another person, right? So we have the talent coordinator, nothing to do with me getting moved out. We have the president, nothing to do with me getting moved out or canceled. Now we have the event director saying she had nothing to do with me getting canceled or moved out. Although she does say that she knows the exact reason why I was removed. Because it wasn't a good fit. As if I'm fucking being hired to be a goddamn accountant for your company. Like, no one's taking accountability. Now there's apparently a mysterious board of directors for this first time con that I've heard about now. There's a board that just determines shit. Probably not the best decision this board's ever made. I hope they're not on the board for any other company. So let's move on. So you guys remember the person I talked about last stream, Cheeky Cosplay? Cheeky Cosplay made a statement. And I don't even know if it's about, she might not even saw my video, to be honest. Make sure you like the stream, by the way. But she decided to make a statement, right? And we're going to get even further into the rabbit hole. If you guys were here my last stream, you know who I'm talking about. So Cheeky said, "Hi, folks. I have nothing to do with any of the bookings or cancellations of the guests for the Game and Geek Expo. Now, that could be taken one or two ways. She's not officially in charge of adding or canceling guests. That's probably likely true. But she could have easily complained about a guest to somebody that is in charge of something to that matter, like the board or the event director, right? So this statement doesn't really make any sense anyway. Obviously, you're not the event coordinator or the hiring or talent coordinator or event director or president. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, obviously. But that being said, you could easily have complained to somebody and you could still make this exact same statement. So it wouldn't really matter. But it says, I have also not shared any opinions on any guests for that event outside of cosplay. Basically, if it's not cosplay, I'm not involved at all. Now, in another post that was shared by Cheeky Cosplay, she announced that she was not going to be attending the con any longer because she does not want to be associated with the Game and Geek Expo. So the Game and Geek Expo removed me, which is what the cosplayers wanted. Yet, every cosplayer on their website, I went and looked at their Instagrams, and they're all decided they're not going to go to the con. Very interesting. See, this is the thing, man. If you listen to people wanting to cancel you or wanting they want you to give in to their demands, it's just going to make them push harder for more things. It's the age-old adage, you give them an inch, they take a mile. The cosplayers allegedly demanded I be removed from the guest list, and then they all quit the show anyway. Who won? It's insanity. But that's not all. There's more statements to be had. Now, this statement's very interesting, but you tell me. I support safe and inclusive spaces. Now, what exactly does that mean? What does a safe space actually mean in 2025? Because I don't really actually know what that means. And I'm not being sarcastic, nor am I being a dick. I really don't know what it means anymore. Because obviously, we have to throw the word inclusive out of the window because that's not what we're talking about at all. To be inclusive, yet exclude, means you're not inclusive. So the word doesn't actually mean anything, right? Safe, though. What does safe mean? Safe means without any distraction, without any opposing ideology, views, or beliefs. Which is very interesting because you know for a fact that these cosplayers go to these conventions and everybody is from different backgrounds. Everybody has different beliefs. Why are they suddenly not okay with me specifically when I have the most vanilla beliefs on earth? So you're saying that you'll go to no cons or events where somebody may believe something else? Are you telling me that you thought every convention you were going to, everybody believed the exact same stuff you did? What level of delusion is this? This is like level 70 tier 6 armored delusion. You're thinking that the Game and Geek Expo was the only and first expo you've ever been to where you think people's other values may not have aligned with yours? I am shocked. I am shocked, so shocked right now. So this is to assume that this cosplayer was under the assumption that every single con they had ever been to, everybody believed the exact same ideology and beliefs and politicals and socials and everything that you did. If they actually believe that, then they have to be on another damn planet. I know for a fact, if I go out in public, go to the gym or go anywhere, I know a lot of people believe different things than I do. It doesn't bother me at all because I understand that human minds exist and there's nuance to living a life. We don't live in a damn simulation. So, all these cosplayers, keep in mind, Jeff said the reason that I was being removed was cosplayers didn't want me there. And now, suddenly, all these cosplayers that are judges and coordinators and shit are all pulling out of the convention still. I'm not going, bro. I've already been removed. That was a week ago. And now they're all pulling out. You lost everybody at the same time. And you could have kept everybody by just telling one or two people, hey, man, be a professional, exist in the same space. But now none of them are coming. Because dude bended to the knee. And now they're claiming that they're not being protected in their community. How do you protect someone in a community? Your entire life is in an online forum. How do you protect people in the online forum? Now you can block and mute people all you want. That does work. But how do you protect others in the online community? What are they asking here? What is the demand? Because they're canceling on the con for a reason. And I do not know what that reason is. Although I would assume it's because Jeff blamed the cosplayers, right? Now, that being said, what is the reason they're canceling? Right here it says because they don't want to go to a convention who doesn't protect those in their community. How can this convention further protect these people? They've already removed my dangerous ass, right? My vicious, dangerous ass. I'm coming for you. Very interesting. Now, I will put a little tidbit out there. For some reason, they have taken everything off their website. So that being said, the most interesting part about this whole debacle is the fact that you gave them what they wanted. You gave them exactly what they wanted, and they still quit the convention. People in the chat, what does that tell you? They were never to be adhered to anyway, because they would have just quit anyway. It didn't mean anything. Now, look, the best thing they can possibly do at this point is to just sell on down the road, right? And ignore all this and have their con, right? That's kind of what they should be doing. And I hope that's what they continue to do, and don't reach out to me. Unless it's Madison. She wants to reach out to me, but hey, look, I'm sorry. What's up? I'm like, all right, I'm fine with this. I'm fine.